Alright, so today we're going to talk about 10 everyday carry tools that you can carry in your pocket, and I'm not talking about Leathermans or these type of foldable deals. What I'm talking about is 10 tiny versions of commonly used tools that are so small you can put them in your pocket and forget they're there. So number one today is the Crescent 4.5-inch mini tongue and groove slip joint pliers. And if you compare them to the full size version, that's how small they are. And these are actually what started me on this. I saw these on the hardware shelf and I was like, I have to get these. And then that got me curious, what other small versions of tools exist out there? These actually open pretty wide and they're relatively handy, though I did find myself using number 9 on this list more than any of the other ones. The next one is the Klein Tools 8-in-1 Stubby adjustable screwdriver, and it's actually impact rated. So this tool is kind of cool because you can have it longer or really short, and it's got a really strong magnet that holds the bits in, and then it's got a bunch of extra bits right here in the handle. And compared to a standard size screwdriver, it definitely has a lot smaller form factor, but it still packs a punch because you got all sorts of options for it. And number 3 on the list is the 4-inch Crescent adjustable wrench. It's a smaller version of these full-size ones, and this is actually usually considered the small size, but check that out. It's just so small. And it is handy for you're working on some plumbing and you just need to hold a nut or something. It definitely slips behind things a little bit easier than bigger versions. And number 4 on the list is the Outdoor Edge Slidewinder razor blade. I really like this. Compared to a full-size razor blade, it's thinner, it fits in your pocket, it doesn't accidentally come open, but you can hit this and open it, and it does a good job cutting things just like a razor blade should, but it just fits in your pocket. It even has a nice pocket clip, and it's got a little Phillips end here so you can open Phillips screws, and a flathead end here, as well as a bottle opener. It's pretty cool. And just a reminder, if you like any of these and are interested in them, I'm going to have links down below. Go down, check those out. It helps the channel if you use those links. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Number 5 on the list is the Channel Lock 4.5-inch slip joint Little Champ pliers. It's like your standard pliers, except it's just a little tiny version. And they definitely fit in the pocket. You can still use them. They're pretty useful overall. But at the end of the day, I bought these ones because I just thought they looked so cool being so tiny. And number 6 is the Steinwhale super short screwdriver 10-in-1 bit set. And I generally prefer name brand versions for tools like this, but I was looking for a tiny screwdriver that can get into tiny places, and this was the best version that I could find. It's got all these double-sided bits, so each bit in it can do 2 different things, and if you take them out, look at how short. You can get this in some tiny places, and I found this useful already. And if you want to use it more like a regular screwdriver, you can add this, put it in there, and then you can turn it and it gives you something to grip on. It's really cool. I like this. It's handy. Every once in a while we have a screw that we just can't get to, and this does the job for me. And it definitely, I mean, look at how small that is. It definitely fits in the pocket. Number 7, I actually saw when I was in my hardware store. It was an impulse buy, but I really like it, is this DeWalt 9-foot mini tape measure. It's really good. It's got good markings. It's lasted well. It's got a clip. It's got a magnetic thing there where it can hook onto tools or whatever, but it's just so tiny. It fits in your pocket really well. I compared it to a couple others, and this was my favorite. In fact, I bought a second one for in the shop and one for in the house because I liked it so much. And number 8 is the Klein Tools 5-piece mini ratchet set. I was looking for something that I could ratchet behind and reach when I had a thin space and couldn't even get my fingers back there. And this thing, you can fit this back there and it ratchets. It's super slick. It's a nice little mechanism, and then you flip this little switch and it goes the other direction. You can even turn it by hand if you need to. It's got a super strong magnet in it. But another option that this thing can do is when you can't get a standard ratchet behind something, you can put this little ratchet extension on, and then you can ratchet to your heart's content in small little spaces that this thing just won't fit. And number 9 is my number 1 out of all these that I bought, my number 1 favorite. And it's these Knipex or Knipex. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, to be honest with you. It's the Knipex 5-inch Cobra water pump pliers, and this is just awesome. This is by far the most expensive out of all of them. Most of them are pretty cheap, but this was pushing between $30 and $40. And for me, this was worth it. It can open up, it's got this button that you push and the jaws just slip and then they grab at whatever width you want. And it actually gets pretty wide, and I've constantly kept this in my pockets for doing things like hoses and whatnot. It tends to do the job. It's got nice sharp teeth, and when you compare it to like a full-size Crescent one, it's just a tiny little thing, and it fits in your pocket fine, and you can forget that it's even there. And number 10 is actually a tie between two that I just tried as part of this. And they are two small tape measures. Now, I like the DeWalt one better. And compare these to like a full-size tape measure. They're pretty small. I like the DeWalt one the best, but I also like these. Crescent Lufkin was a good tape measure brand. And out of all 3 of them, the one that has the brightest, easiest to see markings is this Lufkin, and it's nice and smooth. I really like it. It's a bit bigger than the DeWalt, so if this one was smaller and had a magnet, it might win out. And then this Craftsman, it feels heavier duty than the other 2, and it's definitely sandwiched with some steel. And it's also a pretty nice little tape measure. And it's got a bottle opener on it, which is kind of cool, as well as a magnet, so it sticks on things as well. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If I had to pick my top 4 out of all of these, I would go with number 1, the Knipex or Knipex. I like this little razor blade. It's pretty convenient. And this Stubby Klein screwdriver here. And I like this Klein Tools ratchet here. So those would be my 4 top out of everything. I hope you found this useful. Check these products out. I got links below. They fit in your pockets real easy and just make life a little bit easier.